Hello everyone, we're gonna play some Dark Souls 3, seeing as everyone's been playing it. It's been out for ages and I finally got around to trying it as well. Will be my second character. I already had one and I've made it all the way to the start of the Profane Capital. So it's not like I'm starting completely from scratch. My previous character was basically built out to a knight. This time I'm gonna give a go to not sorcerer. Where's the pyromancer? Yes, that one. Go to pyromancer, throw fireballs, stab people with axes, because that sounds friendly. I'm gonna leave the appearance as normal, because honestly the characters kind of end up looking all the same no matter how you look them. And you're usually not really gonna be looking at your character that close. I haven't actually looked at the burial gifts. Let's see what we have. Max HP, a heal, a bomb, a fire gem. That actually would probably be quite helpful. Most of them are one use items, which don't really change much. Try a fire gem because that will help loads, because at the start, if I'm looking for a strength build, I'll probably have a lot of trouble killing things once I'm past the first area. Because no strength means no scaling unless the weapon scales with int or such. And as far as I've seen, the fate, mana, whatever you want to call it, that isn't quite infinite. Okay, a quick loading screen and we'll get to see the tutorial area. Almost we get to see the nice intro video of me going out of a grave. I do like the lore of Dark Souls. There was lots of good stuff, there was lots of magic, and then things slowly started going bad. And worse, and worse. And when things get the worst, they start coming back and usually fix it. Or break things more. I do always find it interesting, even if you're playing on a PC, all the tutorial messages are press R to control camera, or right stick to control camera. Well, I'm not using a controller. There's no guide for keyboard and mouse, it just assumes you're using a controller. We have one first enemy, and a nice backstab. We have more stuff this way. One of the cutoffs that looks kinda like this, if I remember right, leads to a nice crystal lizard. Big one. It dropped something useful for fusion or something. I just remember it was a really bad idea to try it at start. I tried. I think on my first chat I did 11 attempts on it before I decided it was just generally a really bad idea. Ashen is to slack. Flask. I now finally have a way of getting back mana. It's nice, all of these dead guys are just sitting here. This area even has a nice little warning sign, turn back. Because if you go further, you see some loot in the distance. And that thing there. And fighting that thing right now is a very unenjoyable experience. At the very start, you just don't do enough damage to really wither away that health. And if it hits you, you basically die. The most I've gotten it at the tutorial area was at around half health. And that's after like a 5-minute fight where I already fought it several times. And somehow miraculously had a nearly flawless attempt. Which is not really something you can count on. Unless you play the game to death, you're not gonna have flawless attempts, you're gonna die a lot. I do love the fact that the game has these awesome views. And no invisible walls, which is less awesome. Or more awesome depending on your point of view. I tend to find it very frustrating when I just randomly roll off a ledge. For anyone new to the game, bonfires work as a good place to just save. Almost it saves whenever you stop, but it basically heals you up, restores everything, and brings all the things you killed that aren't bosses back, which can be a bit less helpful. Okay, it helps if I actually lock on instead of assuming I've locked on. We'll probably come back. There was some loot somewhere down here. And I seem to have a really bad aim. Okay, I think I'm used to a longer weapon. Okay. Got a firebomb and cleric's chime, so I'm now capable of casting miracles, if I had any. Let's just nicely go back to the bonfire, cause I'm not gonna get far with half health and my flask already used. Obviously I'm not gonna get anywhere, cause I died. What a nice helm. That helm looks cool. Let's go get my souls back. Any soul you have, just nicely drop to wherever you died. Which can be good or bad. It's quite annoying if you get to a very large amount of souls and then you nicely drop them somewhere where you can't easily get back to. Not without fighting through another like 15-minute fight. This is one of those games where running back and forth tends to be a regular occurrence. Let's go get that last piece of loot, and I've successfully forgotten how to jump by looks of it. Okay, hang on here. Hopefully I won't have to run back too many times. And within 5 minutes of the game start, we get to a nice thing. First boss to fight. That's a proper nice coffin there. Yeah, that black stuff, not that nice. This is as always multi-phase fights. And this is a fight where phase 1, it's very helpful if you're capable of staying far away. Phase 2, hug the boss and move left. Moving to the right is a very bad experience. And first boss down. I think the first time I got to this guy, I didn't really read any guides or anything, so it took me, what, 6, 7 attempts? Mainly because I kept trying to... Phase 1 in melee range is fine, not as easy as from a distance, but it's fine. Phase 2, trying to run away to heal up is a majorly bad idea. Consists of death, suffering and more death. More loot. Broken sword. That's not all that helpful. There's always more gorgeous views. And more things that want to kill you. Actually, I'm trying to fight that guy in melee. I have fireballs. That's half the reason why I wanted to play pyromancer. Being able to do this. With all the enemies we're getting in melee range is risky. As you can see, the game does have loot everywhere. Hidden around corners. Very heavily encouraged to search. Yeah, Ashen Estus flask. Let's get some mana back. Weapon and shield is usually nice. Hi doggy. It's one ugly dog. Before we explore further, let's go inside. Because there's a nice friendly bonfire there. If what I understand from the game is right, we have these 5 thrones and we need to get the souls that are supposed to be there back there so we can restore things. We have
we unkindled our Disney connections, but we're talking truly.
we're talking about a guy,
Don't you think?
the standard negative guy that needs to hit every base, just telling that everything's bad, it's gonna be bad, and it's just generally bad.
Welcome to the... I'm a firekeeper. I attend to that the lords had left there to this end. I'm... Ashen One, sovereignless. I'll show the Ashen One.
Give her souls, she gives you levels.
Then take no...
I think for the first few levels, since we don't have that much health, we get some more health. It's quite helpful if I don't die in 2 hits.
Farewell, Ashen One.
Bonfire started. Okay, there's plenty to explore in this place, but currently we don't have the key for the upper areas. Actually, we should be able to go outside. There's a whole outside area up here as well. The whole area is nicely fleshed out with hidden things hidden everywhere, literally. And more ledges where we can nicely drop down from and die. Roads. Don't have the tower key yet, so we can't really get up there yet. This doesn't really have any like climbing mechanics. The climbing mechanics consists of, is there a ladder, is there a path you can walk up from, and is there a place you can fall down from. That's about the extent of it. You don't climb up, you walk up and drop down. Let's go back outside, there's some more stuff to discover out there. Now that we're actually gonna be rest right here. More loot. What's up here that we missed? Yeah, more loot. On the other side of the shrine we have nice and friendly guy with a giant katana. My experience trying to fight him in melee at the early part of the game was a painful experience. Let's see how it goes with fireballs. That goes quite well. Take the flask and let's continue walking backwards and throwing fireballs. Because that's a very fair way of fighting someone that's better than you in melee. That should teach him, don't bring your katana to a fireball fight. Do we have something else here? Let me see. No, we have stuff there that we need to open the tower from the other side to get to. Okay, almost rolled off the ledge. I need to not do that. Okay, I think I got everything in this area. If there's anything I missed and you're more experienced in the game, feel free to point out in the comments what you missed. Let's go say hi to other NPCs as well.
But a humble weapon. I've lots of little things, and yes, I ashen one, as is thy wont.
See what she shall. Miracle, double dot, so that row. Yeah, let's buy a heal miracle. I'm sure we'll need it later. And darts, I'm sure they'll be helpful later. Of course, white soapstone, because who doesn't want to be helpful and get free embers and souls.
Well, I am Andre, as a humble smith. Your insert toilsome journey. Let me ease. I am a smith.
And he's the guy that reinforces your weapons. Can't really reinforce this yet. Can't even equip that. This requires souls and titan shards. Apparently needs 2, I have 1. I can infuse the weapons with fire if I had 950 souls. Okay, we'll probably do that later, because it adds a humongous chunk of damage to a weapon at start. Doesn't really scale that much, and the game does kind of punish you for split damage types. So as far as I understand, the damage is basically just flat reduction. So if you split your damage in 2, your damage reduction gets applied twice. School shield. Yeah, so they probably won't be able to use it. Trying to go for a caster kind of stops you from using really heavy high strength requirements items. This room, I think I was in this room a total of once in the previous game. There's just no reason to go back there. We have, I guess always, we have a gorgeous view in the distance. Okay, let's go loot stuff from this area. We have a nice archer, just sitting and waiting for us to go down there. He's gonna stab us in the face. Dog one dealt with. Worshippers. Come on, doggy. Find that they're easiest to deal with if you just block and smack them in the face. Come on, next guy, come here. This way. And a guy with a giant pike. Let's see. Yeah, the first guy was to walk past, this one was roll. Now let's go up, say hi to an archer. And a possible very bad experience if you don't remember which one it was. One of these things will change like the first boss did. Just need to remember which one. Kill him before they do. If you don't, you'll get to find the giant rat creature again. Which is not all that much an enjoyable experience. It's like fighting the first boss again. Except as a trash mob. The glorious ragdoll. And corners that don't have anything. This game is evil for having corners that don't literally have anything. It looks cool. Everything looks like worshippers. Zombies grown into trees. Or trees grown onto zombies. I'm quite sure which way around that goes. Direction number 1 cleared. That door over there is going to be a nice shortcut once we unlock it from the other side, because you can't unlock it from this side. And here we have lots more worshipper zombies. These guys usually, small ones, don't usually attack, they just kinda sit there. So there are ones that will screech and make them aggressive, like that one over there. Let's just murder everyone because, well, souls. Electric souls is nothing to sneeze at this point in the game. We have up here. Right, we have someone really annoying up here that keeps throwing stuff at us. Can I hit them with here? I can't auto aim at them. Too low. Too high. Doesn't help that it's not really so much aimable, as kind of just hope it goes in the correct direction. And hit trading. Well, axe in the back usually helps with people like these. The dead dragons do look cool though I'm always curious on what exactly killed them. With most things, going behind them and stabbing in the back is usually very effective. Okay, down through the sewers. Okay, not quite sewers, but a little part of the castle. Here we have a guy with a giant shield and fireballs. Okay. The archer about to shoot again. See. This here is a nice safe spot from that dragon. I stand here, he doesn't hit me. He kinda ignites the whole top part and the whole bottom part alternatingly. Looking out. These attacks are triggered. Lots of things dead. Whole pile of souls out of it. Should burn the upstairs once more. And then the bottom part once. Kind of waiting for him to burn the bottom part, but I know he does. Oh yeah, there it comes. Okay, let's see. If you want to be cheesy and have a bow, you can just stand here and shoot him. It'll take you a while, but you'll force the dragon to flee. You can't actually quite kill it, but once you get low enough, she just flies off. Which is as good as. Right now I just want to run past him. First him to just stop burning this area for a short period. Now there should be a gap here. Take that. And through the fire. Under here we're nice and safe. Fill up a bit because they're very annoying chest. One thing you'll probably find yourself getting into in this game is you see a chest, hit it first. Because some chests do this. As you might guess, that's not all that healthy to end up being under. But they're not that strong an enemy, they hit hard. So if you do get hit, you'll have a relatively bad time. But they're relatively slow, and you can literally just strafe around them. They're gonna be like me and just strafe into their path. If you end up trapped with that animation, you'll basically die right there and then. Or as close as this point in the game. Most of the mimic chests end up with text in front of them. Yeah, if you ought to get eaten like this. Ouch. That looks like a very painful way to die. That's the last bonfire we were at, or even closest one that we have active. I need to kill most of these guys again. Or fail on killing them. Always an option too. Okay, I've used a longer weapon. Keep assuming I'll hit them from a distance where I'm just not in touch range. Zombie here. Zombie there. die, a lot of things just reset. At the same time, quite a few don't. Okay, I can't dodge well. Ah! Okay. Let's try and avoid being deep-fried. Let's run through fire. Now have a club. But more weapons always good. Have my souls back. I successfully become worse at fighting this thing. Let's demolish some more furniture. Avoid being eaten by this thing again. Once is enough. If you don't attack the chest and just try to, you know, open the chest, he will start off by grabbing you and basically gnawing on you for a while. As you might guess, it's not all that healthy. Losing most of your health before you even start fighting him. Now this door will be open and remain open. High Knight. These guys are really annoying to fight at start. Or you're gonna be like me and die. Okay. Attempt number 3 in this area. Okay, I don't have shield equip. The brightness button does not block. I feel like how they've done with the blocking though. You just hold your shield up, block in that direction, slow down your stamina regen while you're holding it up. Though most of the time, unless you're a really big shield, you can't afford doing what I just did, which is just straight up fully block a hit. Most bosses, they'll just get you staggered as if you had just taken it in the face and remove all your stamina on top of it. It does stop the damage still, as the shield has percentage reduction on it, but most of the time it's just not worth it. Not who I wanted to attack. The lock-on in this game can be a bit finicky at times. Come on, dragon, clear me a path. Let's give this night guy another go. Of course, but let's grab my souls back and kill this nice friendly guy who just decides to join in. Or I just miss everything and be very highly productive. guy feels more of a boss battle than the first mini boss did. Okay, item number 3. We're gonna go straight to the night, try and get revenge, and die miserably. Well, at least I have tried. Okay, these two dead. Wait until the fire been a bit fresher. I'm not particularly fond of being burned. The top part is luckily doesn't actually hurt to run through unless you're standing while it's bleeding. This guy to fireballs again. Again, fireball does leave me annoyingly vulnerable and open for an annoyingly long period. Okay, he's dead. This game does make you memorize pretty much the position of every mob when they spawn, because, well, it's incredibly helpful when you're going through areas where you don't die the same mob 7 times in a row. Or be ambushed by the same mob 7 times in a row. The rogue to the left there that we just killed, he would have thrown a knife to your back and then backstabbed you and killed you if you left him, which is usually a bad idea. Anyway, I'm gonna leave this video here and we'll continue soon.